especially that prior lifestyle when I wasn't more careful about like what I was eating and what my body, like if I'm getting my body a surplus of carbs, or the extra stress and exhaustion that goes on your body being out of shape and overweight was also triggering more fatigue and more pain. When I'm feeling like, when I have pain like radiating through my legs, and when I'm feeling exhausted, like I'm not going to have my best hunting days while I'm feeling that. So it's the ratio of those days affecting like my outdoor lifestyle has majorly changed.
What is going on? Hope you're having a fantastic start to the year 2024. Here for the next 2 weeks, every single day, you're going to get to hear a story from someone in the First Phorm Outdoors crew, everyone from the West Coast to the East Coast, north to south, everything in between, bass fishermen, professional bass fishermen, bird hunters, archers, rifle hunters, everything in between, guys, just outdoorsmen in general, outdoorsmen and women. I want you to understand why they have chosen First Phorm and First Phorm Outdoors as their company for supplementation, for nutrition, for workouts, and more, just an outstanding community, and why we want you to be a part of it. So not just from me, but from everyone in the crew, again, from all walks of life and everything outdoors that they really enjoy. You're going to find a story that you can relate with, if not more than one. And I hope you enjoy each one of these stories. Here we go. Let's kick off the new year right. And if you want to join us at First Phorm Outdoors on the Facebook group, the link is down below. If you have any questions about supplementation, from the protein sticks to the meat sticks, guys, those are my favorite snacks when we're out and about. Also, energy drinks, if that's your thing. We've got everything from post-workout shakes to, in the app that's less than $20 a month, guys, you get a one-on-one advisor. You get someone to help walk you through your nutrition, someone that will hop on live and not just give you a cookie cutter routine, but something to check in with you on a regular basis so you can accomplish your goals here in 2024. Let's get this started off right with the First Phorm Outdoors crew. Here we go. Hope you enjoy this conversation today and for the next 2 weeks. Let me know what you think. Have a great day. And of course, get out, live your life, and love it. All right, everyone, welcome back. And this is another edition of this week of Why First Phorm Outdoors. We've got Cori Lease. Cori is just an outstanding individual who I've known her now for, it's been a couple years.
Think so.
My goodness.
Crazy, huh?
Anyway, her and her basically husband at this point. I don't think she's going to ditch him because she loves his land too much. So no, okay.
Perfect.
No, but yeah, no, her and her husband they've created the brand Barbells and Broadheads, and they're just all about the outdoors. They're from Wisconsin. They absolutely love whitetail hunting. They're in that competition with each other as whose bucks are bigger in the living room. They just absolutely love that, along with fitness and living the fitness lifestyle wrapped up in whitetail hunting. And I think you're even planning a honeymoon for elk hunting. Isn't that?
Yes. It's
So
gonna be
they're all about it, guys. All about the outdoors. So Cori, just a brief introduction to who you are. Who are you for people that don't know who you are?
Yeah, so I'm Cori. Like he said, from Wisconsin, huge buck hunter. Very much your stereotypical Wisconsin hunter, like a few beers at deer camp.
Shoots of Matthews.
Absolutely, to the day I die. Just love being outdoors, love anything that I can get involved with outside. Like even my office here, I don't have a window, but I have multiple like paintings of outdoor scenes because it's just something that I've always loved. Any way I could be out and incorporate it, and hunting has just been part of my entire life. So yeah, it's been great. It's been great meeting individuals like you that feel the same, and it's a really cool community to be a part of.
100%. So Cori is she's one of the people that absolutely loves First Phorm, and First Phorm Outdoors, has been with First Phorm Outdoors basically since its inception, and was using First Phorm products as well before First Phorm Outdoors came around. So with that being said, Cori, this being a shorter segment. And for people that are tuning into this, there's going to be other episodes out, maybe some prior to this, and there will be some after this as well, talking about why we love Phorm Outdoors when there's so many other options out there. So we're going to hear from Cori now, why you chose Phorm Outdoors, why you've gone all in on Phorm Outdoors, and why it's different for you compared to, we don't, everyone knows the different brands out there. We don't have to necessarily mention them, but why you've chosen this particular brand to latch onto in community.
Sure. So as I mentioned before, like very much your stereotypical Wisconsin person, your stereotypical Wisconsin hunter. I was a bit overweight, out of shape, very much like to drink, like to eat, cheese, deep fried food, all that kind of stuff. Wasn't very happy like with myself and how I was. And I constantly had this desire of wanting to change, wanting to be better, stronger, and like improve physically. And also like with my love for the outdoors, like, you're not doing these long hunts or long sits, long walks out to tree stands, different, and your tolerance just to be there isn't quite there. So I wanted to enjoy the outdoors the fullest. Been trying those other products, other brands that we spoke about, and would be like, yeah, this doesn't taste bad. This is working. Didn't mind it. Really just was kind of guessing, I guess I could say, with like I'm being healthy, I'm doing the right things, and it wasn't being effective. And even one day, like my almost husband and I sat down and we were just like, we need to try something different. Like we're feeling exhausted. We don't feel good about ourselves. Our bodies don't feel good. We want to be into, this is not who the people we want to be. So it was actually, I think, with the New Year's challenge a few years ago, maybe it was 2020. And we're like, you know what? We're going to download the app. We're going to try some of their products. Why not? Like, we'll just see where this goes. Who knows? Like, give it a shot. And, it was, first we were just blown away by the flavor. Then we were blown away by the products. And then we found Phorm Outdoors and we're like, oh my God, like these are people. And just the reality of others who have struggled in the past and been so frustrated and like this close to giving up. And then finding Phorm Outdoors and Phorm products and it making a difference. So within that first few months, Alex lost maybe over 20. I lost at least like 15 or so. And it was like the light bulb effect. Like suddenly it's like, okay, things are working. Like this is actually effective. And looking back from when we started to now, between like going on outdoor walks, going on hikes, how intense we would get into our hunting has completely changed. Like we're able to go days and we're able to do the long walks, loading up mobile setups and setting that up, taking it down the same day, hiking up the hill. Like before I never realized like just wanting to be better and improve myself, like how much that would show. And obviously, like, as you saw, it showed this year. I took some time off of work and I did like 5-6 days during like a little vacation, long sits, very intense, walking everywhere, loading up all sorts of gear, and was able to successfully like get a buck. So it has been very eye-opening in that aspect. And when I talk about like being the stereotypical like Wisconsin person, like we are central deer camp when it comes to gun season. Like everyone gets done with their morning sit, they come see us for food and drinks. After that, like afternoon sit, they come, we stay up way late, have food and drinks and stuff like that. And like, I'm still not perfect when it comes to like, oh, I eat perfect and I don't have any alcohol nowadays, but it's very different. Like a little cheat here and there, but I'm still able to be way better than I ever was back then. So yeah, just really, it's been really, really awesome having something that has been so effective and has changed my life in such a positive way. And then it feels good, like the quality is there. And then I also have that sense of financial responsibility, knowing that my money's going to people that I trust and that I like and that I've seen good values in a company. So that's been really nice. A little off, like the whole hunting is like, I also have a chronic illness. It causes a lot of inflammation, fatigue, and the worse like my inflammation will get, the more I get a lot of like chronic pain and irritation and just get wiped down and difficult. And when my diet's bad or things aren't going as well and I'm overly stressed and worked up, like those that can trigger more of those symptoms. So these quality products, and especially taking the greens, like helping with my inflammation, has played a huge part in that as well, which I never expected. So that's also able to help me go out and be out more and enjoy things more. So it's yeah, it's a lot to say there, but it's just I become very passionate with this topic because I never expected this to happen with their products,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, I would definitely say that a lot of us got into the community, maybe a little bit skeptical as far as products go, because, you know, everyone says their products are the best.
Yeah.
And we've tried a bunch of different products, and everything from the Walmart proteins up to the other outdoors brands that are out there that are more
Mhm.
marketed towards the hunter. You know, I would definitely say that a lot of the other brands are also more marketed towards Western hunting, which, we'll be honest, is a little bit more taxing on your body than
Mhm.
whitetail hunting is, physically, you know, maybe not mentally, but you know, the idea behind First Form Outdoors, and I've loved talking with Jake about this, and as I went out to hunt for the first time for whitetail this year, it's something that for me is, you can tell it's in people's generational, like it's in your blood to hunt year after year
Mhm.
after year. And there's even people that I've met that are allergic to red meat at this point because of some tick-borne illness, unfortunately, that still love hunting, and they donate the meat. Um, they still absolutely love it, and they want to pass that down for generations. And so that's a big thing for the whitetail hunter, that maybe isn't thinking about, oh, I don't need to be jacked to, like, you know, a Brian Call or Dan Staten elk shape. You know, I don't need to be
Yeah.
running marathons like Cam Haines. I don't need to be like that to be able to go hunt whitetails. Yes, you're very right. You don't need that, but it is helpful for you to be able to pass down generation after generation and be a grandpa, and even hopefully a great grandpa that's able to get up in a tree stand or go hunt a ground blind with your great grandson or great granddaughter. Those are things that you will want to do, that we can't promise longevity with products, right? It's not a promise that way, but getting quality nutrition into your body and the education behind it, not just supplementation, but the education that comes along with First Form, is unmatched, and is something that the whitetail hunter who wants to pass these things down for generations needs to understand. But you highlighted something as well. I personally don't drink. I never have in my life, but I also know it's a big part of a lot of people's culture and family. And so you mentioned that you're not perfect. Uh, that's also not the expectation. And I want people out there to listen to that and understand that you are a prime example of changing a lifestyle. So you still incorporate drinks every once in a while. You still incorporate the pizza every once in a while, or whatever it is, the nice juicy buttery steak that's maybe a little bit higher in fat and half your
Yeah.
day's worth of calories. You know, the chips and salsa, stuff like that. It's not bad for you in moderation. And what you've done is you've changed that lifestyle from just eating it whenever to making it certain
Mhm.
times a year that you can look forward to. And you take care of your body outside of that. And so those are things that people definitely need to understand, that's encouraged in the First Form community. Maybe if you work at headquarters, it might be a little bit different. You know, they are definitely
Yeah.
very living the lifestyle to the T. But you know, with the outdoors, First Form Outdoors community, it's definitely a big breath of fresh air. Of, you don't have to be perfect every single day, but we
Mhm.
want you to be better every single day, even if it is just 1%. And there was some quote that I saw out there, and I actually did the math. I'm not going to put the math up here on the screen because I would look like that confused lady with the math all in front
Yeah,
of her.
with
But
the
yeah, everyone knows what that meme is. I would look just like that. But the math of, if you're 1% better every single day, 70 days later, you're twice as good as you were 70 days ago. And
way.
so the way that compounding effect works, if you're 1% better today than you were yesterday, and you're 1% better tomorrow than you were today, you're technically not just 2% better than 2 days ago, you're more than that. And that compounds until 70 days from now, you're twice as good as you were 70 days ago. So just
Mhm.
the little small compounding effects are what mattered. And for you as well, I don't know, are you comfortable mentioning is it an autoimmune disease, or is it what's the
Yeah,
disease
I
that
have
you have?
fibromyalgia, and that can
Okay.
definitely like vary of how it affects people. And my biggest is getting inflammation, major fatigue, and major chronic pain. A
Hmm.
lot of brain fog, Alex would probably argue. But yeah, like it's when I'm, especially that prior lifestyle when I wasn't more careful about like what I was eating and what my body, like if I'm getting my body a surplus of carbs or the extra stress and exhaustion that goes on your body being out of shape and overweight was also triggering more fatigue and more pain. When I'm feeling like, when I have pain like radiating through my legs and when I'm feeling exhausted, like I'm not going to have my best hunting days while I'm feeling that. So it's the ratio of those days affecting like my outdoor lifestyle
Mm.
has majorly changed. So,
Yeah, exactly. And again, for people out there listening, and I'm sure that's a lot more common than I even know about. I do know that there's people that I know in my life that suffer from that. And again, this isn't a saying that first form's the cure, but it is definitely an entirely different type of community where you're going to find people like Cori that are dealing with similar issues and situations that maybe you're dealing with, and maybe it's kept you from getting outdoors, because I can definitely understand that being something that would keep people from getting outdoors. Just like there's days I absolutely love going to the gym, there's days I don't want to go. And I can only
mhm.
imagine if I was suffering from something that was making me feel even more intensely sore or, inflamed or anything like that. Um, that would make me not want to go even more. The same thing with the mountains. There's days where I'm just like, I get up and I'm like, is it even worth going out? Because I got up late. And I'm like, no, screw it, I'm going. you know.
Yeah.
But everyone has those days, even people that are extremely passionate about the outdoors. I've spoken with people and the real people mention it, on their, whether it be on their stories on Instagram or in their podcasts or YouTube videos, where they're out there and maybe their lifestyle is literally their job is to hunt. And they mentioned too that they have days that they don't want to go out and do it. They're like, is it worth it? I haven't seen an elk for 2 days. Uh,
Mhm.
I just want to lay in the tent today. And there's it happens to everyone. And so building yourself up with a community such as First Form and First Form Outdoors, which there's a Facebook group. Cori's got a group as well, Barbells and Broadheads. If there's, anyone that you want to maybe reach out to in that group, I've got my group, the Day One Crew. There's so many different groups that you can join that are First Form Outdoors based, that you can just build a good community around yourself. And, social media is definitely one of those things that can be used for good or bad, and using it for the better and connecting with people. Like, I would have never met Cori. I probably would have never ended up in Wisconsin this year, which I can't believe it's been almost a year since I was in Wisconsin already. But,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
yeah, it was what, March or April?
April. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my
Yeah.
birthday weekend. I remember that.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yep. Yeah. And I got to see the Bucks for the first time and tell Alex that he's got some work to do. Okay.
Oh, good. I was so waiting for you to go the other way.
Yeah, and then, well, I'll let Cori tell her story about the amazing record-breaking buck she killed this year, but uh, we'll save that story for a different day.
Perfect. Can't wait.
But no, but guys, if you're out there and you're dealing with something such as fibromyalgia or other issues, we've got a really good buddy in our group that is dealing with. He's paraplegic. He's not able to walk. He's paralyzed from basically the middle of his spine down. He does. He's super positive guy for the most part. He is dealing
Hilarious.
with a lot of things that many people wouldn't wish on their worst enemies. And there's people like that in the community that you'll be able to find. So I love that you highlighted those things, Cori. Is there anything else that stands out to you about First Form Outdoors, and why someone should join the community of First Form Outdoors?
Honestly, for me, and I think you've kind of been covering it too, is like that whole community aspect. Like if you're going, this is one of my favorite quotes, is like if you're going through it, someone else is going through it. And this is a very like non-judgmental, open community. Like you'll see people post about their struggles, things they've faced, triumphs, a lot more than just, me talking about fibromyalgia or, Josh and his struggles. It's just a lot of great people wanting to see other people succeed in the outdoor community. And there's even like, oh, she cracks me up. And I have a terrible memory, so I wish I could remember her name, but she did the November knockdown challenge with like a toy bow because she doesn't have one. And her videos are like super funny, but she gives her all in the workout and then does that. Or I've talked to other people who have been doing it who have like a shoulder issue. So then they had to, or, even Jess, like dealing with hers, like she wasn't able to do the bear crawl. So she did it running there and back. Like we all have our own struggles, things that we're facing, whether we talk about them. But there are people in this community who are positive, helpful, and all our goal is just to make people enjoy the outdoors the best they can for as long as possible. And that is something that like I believe in with my whole heart. Like all I ever want to do is empower and encourage people to like, go do it, try it, like go be your best self out there. And this community comes to so well. Like you become a part of it and you become so proud to be a part of it. So it's whether you have gone through something and you want to help others go through it, or you're looking for help, you're looking for that motivation, you've got both aspects in there. So it's just really, really cool to be a part of. Not something I was ever looking for, but something, because really I didn't know anything like that existed. So it's something that I'm just super grateful to have found and been a part of.
Exactly. I would agree with that 100%. It's something that not a lot of people even realize that they need. And generally, when you feel the need to have some sort of support or community, it's too late to find it. You're kind of already in the funk.
Yeah.
And then you start looking for it kind of in a not such a good mindset.
And if you don't find it right away, then it's
exactly.
kind of get down.
Yeah, exactly. You can stay down for a while. And that's not something that we want anyone to deal with. And so that's why I always encourage people, just go hop on. And you may not feel like posting. You may not feel like, I personally don't use Facebook very much, except for the only two things I use Facebook for are my group and Phorm Outdoors. That's it. And that's really the only reasons I'm on there. So, if we had another way to do the Facebook groups on a different platform, I probably wouldn't use Facebook. But in all reality, it's something that I hope people will understand from your perspective and from everyone else that we have on this week, just how important it is to have a good community of people that aren't pulling each other down. There's not, I'm not going to say there's not egos in the group. There's egos in there, but it's not a type of group that's going to be criticizing you for certain things that you've done. It's more of, we know when to joke, when things are funny, and other times when we need to uplift people. We don't tear you down for your mistakes, unless you keep repeating those mistakes, and then we might kind of call you out on that, be like, okay, what's going on here? But it's an amazing group. It's an amazing group, amazing individuals, and if you're into energy drinks, it's not an ad.
Ooh, that's
but
my
this
favorite
one right
flavor.
here. I don't know. Orange Sunrise is still number one for me. I'm gonna be honest.
Alex argues pretty hard on Tropical Lightning, but
okay, yeah, I can see that. Apparently, they were considering naming it Liquid Gold, which would have been an interesting, name. They had a bunch of names they were tossing out there, but Liquid Gold was one of them. Yeah, they didn't go with it though. I guess they couldn't do Tropic Thunder because that was already taken by by that movie.
might run into a little issue there.
Yeah, it might have a little issue there. Well, awesome. Well, Cori, is there anything else that you want to leave with people as far as either Phorm Outdoors or with your group, the Barbells and Broadheads?
Honestly, just go for it. Like, if you even have a tiny thought of like, oh, that could be kind of cool to join, like it doesn't hurt. Like you're just going to end up being there. And when you check when you want, like you'll get value. And like I said, my biggest thing is always, always, always encouraging people like to go for it, to do it. Like it, a lot of times we get stuck in that box, that perception of what we can and can't do or who we should and shouldn't be, but it's just worth a shot. You might as well take it, honest to God.
Exactly. And, you know, for people that don't know, which I don't know how, well, actually, I do know how you wouldn't know that Andy Frisella is the owner and CEO of First Phorm, because I guess I got into First Phorm after doing 75 Hard and hearing Andy's podcast that my wife actually introduced me to. So if it wasn't for my wife, I may not even be involved in First Phorm to begin with. But anyway,
Always listen to your wife. Leave the podcast with them.
Well, I can edit things. No,
Oh no, and I will call you out.
Oh man. But with the reason I bring up Andy is, you know, there's a phrase that he always says and that he's coined, and this is his hat as well, the bison hat. But Andy says personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. And in all reality, we have this community so that we can encourage people to become excellent in their own way. Not everyone's going to do the same thing. You may not be an excellent elk hunter. You may not be an excellent parent. Maybe you can't have kids. Maybe you choose not to have kids, whatever it is. But you're going to be excellent in your own way. And whatever personal excellence you can achieve is what we are pursuing. And we want to help you with that. And that's what First Phorm Outdoors is all about. It's just getting better, experiencing more, and getting outdoors as much as possible. Again, whatever that may be for you. Maybe you're not even a hunter. Maybe you don't enjoy hunting. Maybe you don't enjoy fishing. Maybe you just want to go out and hike and camp and backpack. There's people in the community for that as well. You don't have to necessarily go out and do that. Now, I will say that you probably will be a little bit more interested in it after joining the group. But even if you're not into hunting or fishing, go join the group. We'd love to have you over there so you can have a good community of people that want to get you outdoors. So with that being said, guys, thanks so much for being on, Cori. Really appreciate it. I'm going to leave the link down below, guys, for you guys to go and check out the First Phorm Outdoors group and Barbells and Broadheads with Cori, where they drop some mediocre recipe. No, they're really good recipes. They do some amazing recipes over there, and they test them out. They put them up there. They do an awesome job, and you should definitely go check them out. So I'll leave those links down below. You guys have an awesome day, and like I always say, get out, live your life, and love it.